Military music at Navy Band Great Lakes has a long, rich history. The first musician, a bugler, arrived in 1908 to the then new Naval Training Center, and the band was officially established in 1911 when the first recruits arrived for training. During World War I, the illustrious John Philip Sousa led the band as he trained more than 1,500 musicians for the Navy. Today's members carry on that noble tradition in the spirit of their motto, pride and service. With a wide range of performing ensembles, this talented group of professional military musicians appear in hundreds of parade, concert, school, public, and recruiting performances throughout its 11-state area each year as the Navy's ambassadors to the Midwest. The Commander, Naval Service Training Command, Rear Admiral Mike Bernacki, is proud to present the men and women of Navy Band Great Lakes. The drum major for today's concert is musician second class Catherine Kalinowski. And conducting Navy Band Great Lakes is Chief Musician Andrew Conover. Another acknowledgement, please, for their outstanding performance this morning. Here is a special announcement for our guests of Graduating Division 947. Your performers will need a few extra moments to return their equipment following the ceremony. After Liberty has been called, we recommend that the guests of Division 947 wait in your bleacher area, and your graduates will join you shortly. Your patience is greatly appreciated. Thank you. The parade of graduates is underway and will arrive at Midway Ceremonial Hall in just a few moments. Please make sure that all personal items are clear of the aisles and the drill deck. Guests in the balcony are reminded that standing along the rail is prohibited for the remainder of the ceremony. We know that your sailors will have many wonderful and amazing stories for you about their boot camp experience. However, at this time, we offer some video evidence that reveals our side of the story.
Good morning. 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 Today's graduation. We are very excited to have all the family and friends of our sailors, both here and online. You are about to watch the formal transition from recruit to full-fledged sailor in the world's greatest and most powerful Navy. As we honor the accomplishments of America's best and brightest, we must also honor the family and friends of these new sailors. Without you and your steadfast support and devotion, this day would not be possible. Throughout our nation's history, the secret to our military success has always been the military families that stand the watch at home and always support their sailors. The Department of Defense has made the determination that the men and women graduating today have what it takes, and that's thanks to you. So on behalf of the United States Navy, thank you, and welcome to the Navy family. This celebration is not just for our graduates, but for you as well. Take special pride in what your sailor has accomplished and the tremendous journey they are about to embark on. They are our future. Thank you again for your support and all you do to help keep America safe and strong. Enjoy the ceremony, and again, welcome to our Navy family.
As the parade of graduates approaches, we salute the states and territories whose sons and daughters will graduate today.
Delaware,
Pennsylvania, New Jersey,
Georgia,
Connecticut, Massachusetts,
Maryland,
South Carolina,
New Hampshire,
Virginia, New York,
North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont,
Kentucky, Tennessee,
Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana,
Mississippi,
Illinois,
Alabama, Maine,
Missouri,
Arkansas, Michigan,
Florida, Texas,
Iowa, Wisconsin,
California, Minnesota,
Oregon, Kansas,
West Virginia, Nevada,
Nebraska,
Colorado, North Dakota,
South Dakota,
Montana,
Washington,
Idaho,
Wyoming, Utah,
Oklahoma,
New Mexico, Arizona,
Alaska,
Hawaii, District of Columbia,
Puerto Rico,
Guam,
American Samoa,
Northern Mariana Islands,
Virgin Islands,
state flags, order, arms. And now we invite you to join the staff of Recruit Training Command in welcoming the graduating divisions with your applause as they enter Midway Ceremonial Hall and are announced in the following order.
Please welcome Division 303. Division 304. Division 305. Division 306. Division 307. Division 308. Division 309. Division 310. Today's graduating performing unit is Division 947. Division 947 provides the recruit choir, drill team, and band for today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Thank you. Divisions. Right. Face. Section leaders, fall out and collect outer garments. Divisions. Counter. March. Divisions, halt.
Prepare for review. At a normal interval, dress left, dress. Ready, front, left, face. At a close interval, dress right, dress. Ready, front, right, face, parade, rest.
May I have your attention, please? For the remainder of the review, no one will be permitted to pass in front of the review stand. And we ask this as a courtesy to our reviewing officer. Photography is certainly encouraged, but we ask that you remain seated and off the drill deck. The photographers you will see on deck throughout the review are the official photographers of Recruit Training Command. Division commanders, left or right, face, parade, rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Lieutenant Ian DeSoto, Recruit Training Command Drill Division Officer, and I'd like to welcome you to today's Pass and Review. Today you will see 9 divisions comprised of 733 sailors participate in their graduation ceremony and soon join the most powerful Navy in the world. Please draw your attention to the unit position at center deck. There is the Review Commander and staff. The Review Commander is responsible for conducting the graduation ceremony. Today's Review Commander is Seaman Stadler Adwell from Holiday, Florida. Let's give him a hand. Performing today is the State Flags Unit on their 6th week of training, the Staff Unit on their 7th week of training, and graduating is the Triple Threat Unit on their 8th and final week of training. These units are comprised entirely of recruits. During their night of arrival, all recruits are placed into divisions of 88 personnel and assigned their division commanders. Recruit division commanders form the backbone of recruit training and are the key individuals in the life of every recruit. Division commanders must serve as counselors, disciplinarians, administrators, and military leaders. Above all, they must show themselves as outstanding examples of military bearing, appearance, attitude, and behavior. Each division also has a recruit chief petty officer. This is the senior recruit who supervises the divisional staff positions and leads the division in the absence of their division commanders. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the graduating divisions, their division commanders, and recruit chief petty officers. As I introduce each division, they will raise the competitive flags they've earned throughout their training. As I introduce each recruit chief petty officer, the flag representing their home state will also be raised. Please hold your applause until all introductions have been completed. I will be starting from their right. Division 303. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Robert Niemick. Petty Officer First Class John Brown. Petty Officer First Class Gerald Warren. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Benaiah Williams from Tampa, Florida. Division 304. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Russ Vale. Petty Officer First Class William Beamer. Petty Officer First Class Christopher Gamble. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Fireman Bernard Johnson from Everett, Washington. Division 305. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Oscar Chavarria. Petty Officer First Class Stephen Leib. Petty Officer First Class Victoria Lajeunesse. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Hunter Davis from Picayune, Mississippi. Division 306. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Danielle Nelms. Petty Officer First Class Kendricks McMillian. Petty Officer Second Class Maud Amy Tasho. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Janitza Fuster Sedano from Brooklyn, New York. Division 307. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Jeffrey Ramirez. Petty Officer First Class David Rivera. Petty Officer First Class Terrence Emanuel. and their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Jacob Frederick from Winnacunnet, Wisconsin. Division 308. Commanded by Senior Chief Petty Officer Christina Greenwood. Petty Officer First Class Gregory Guillory. Petty Officer First Class Brian Matthews. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Ryan Porter from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Division 309. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Demetrius Williams. Petty Officer First Class Christian Arce. Petty Officer First Class Justin Arroyo. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Airman Lauren Torres from West Lafayette, Indiana. Division 310. Commanded by Petty Officer First Class Oliver Wure. Petty Officer First Class Dylan Goslin. Petty Officer First Class Ashley Johnson. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Sean Moore from Smyrna, Tennessee. Division 947. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Joseph Tim. Petty Officer First Class Michael Marshalsea. Petty Officer First Class Precious Mulvaney. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Airman Jamie Baruth from Jacksonville, Florida. On behalf of the Commanding Officer and staff of Recruit Training Command, we congratulate these division commanders and Recruit Chief Petty Officers on a job well done. In a moment, you will see the ceremonial side boys, bosun, and honor guard take their places for arrival honors. This time-honored tradition is our formal greeting to this morning's reviewing officer. When requested by the announcer, please stand for the arrival honors, marching out of the colors, the national anthem, and the invocation. As a reminder, military guests shall remain covered throughout the entire graduation ceremony. And ladies and gentlemen, one final note. As befitting the importance of this occasion, our ceremony is conducted in a formal manner. However, we do encourage you to participate in today's graduation ceremony by letting your applause show your sailors just how proud of them you are. Once again, welcome aboard.
Attention!
Will the guests please rise and remain standing for the arrival of the official party? Recruit Training Command, arriving.
Order! Arms!
Naval Service Training Command, arriving.
Order! Arms!
Vice Chief of Naval Operations, arriving.
Order! Arms!
The guests may be seated.
Color Guard, parade the colors.
Will the guests please rise? Hand salute.
Order, arms. Retire the colors.
Hand salute. Ready, 2. Chaplain Brown will offer this morning's invocation.
Please join me in prayer. Eternal Father, as we gather together on this day, we acknowledge that we stand on the shoulders of giants. We are all here because of the people who have come before us. We stand on the shoulders of the giants of our country, our founding fathers and founding mothers who laid the plans for this great nation. We stand on the shoulders of those who have gone before us in the Navy, strong patriots and defenders of our nation. We stand, God, on the shoulders of our parents and our family. Everyone here recognizes that we wouldn't be here without people who have cheered us on, who are in our corner, who care for us. So for all those giants, giants of our nation, giants of our Navy, giants of our family, on whose shoulders we proudly stand, God, we give you thanks. We give you thanks for all those people who have made us who we are. Now, Lord, we ask for a blessing. We ask that you send that same spirit, the spirit of the giants who came before us, the spirit of hope, the spirit of motivation, the spirit of joy, and the spirit of service, that great spirit that made our nation strong and brought each of us to this place where we can stand proud. We ask, God, that you send us blessing, a blessing of that same Spirit. Send a blessing of that spirit of joy and motivation and strength and hope. Send it to these graduates on this day as they get ready to stand the watch, as we get ready to give them such great responsibility, as we look to them to defend our nation today and tomorrow and well into the future. So we give you thanks and we ask for a blessing. This we ask in the name of the Holy One. Amen.
Eternal Father, strong to save, whose arm hath bound the restless wave, who bids the mighty ocean deep its own appointed limits keep. Oh, hear us when we cry to thee, for those in peril on the sea.
Our guests may be seated. At this point, the commanding officer would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Then the unit commanders would face about and relay the information to their divisions. Today's events demonstrate how orders are passed through the chain of command.
Divisions, report. Very well. 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 All divisions present are accounted for, sir. Very well. The Sailors' Creed. Good morning, Captain. I present the graduating divisions. Request permission to commence the review.
Very well. Commence the review.
Aye, aye, sir. Hooray! Rest! face. Award winners reporting, sir.
Very well. Good morning. I'm Captain Mike Garrick, Commanding Officer, Recruit Training Command. I welcome you to this morning's recruit graduation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where our Navy heritage meets the future and where these young men and women enter the profession of arms. Division 947 graduates today. They are the Triple Threat Unit, providing recruit choir, drill team, and band. Please join me in giving them a hand for their outstanding performances. Welcome to our reviewing officer, Admiral Bill Moran, Vice Chief of Naval Operations, Rear Admiral Mike Bernacki, Commander, Naval Service Training Command, and our guest of honor, Captain Christopher Dennis, Commanding Officer, University of Michigan, ROTC Unit. I would also like to welcome and recognize the veterans in our audience for their service to our country. Would our veterans please stand? I am pleased to welcome the families and friends of these graduates who have come here today to share in this significant milestone with our newest sailors. The men and women of Recruit Training Command are dedicated to providing the United States Navy basically trained, physically fit, and sharply disciplined sailors like those whom you see before you. They, and others like them, serve as the bedrock of our naval forces. They give our Navy its combat edge, and they enable us to help keep this nation secure. These sailors have successfully completed 8 weeks of demanding recruit training. They have recently demonstrated their knowledge and their courage during battle stations. They have earned the right to wear the uniform recognized throughout the world as a symbol of freedom. This training group is ready to graduate and serve in the world's most powerful Navy. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you 733 of the newest and sharpest sailors in the United States Navy.
Recruit Training Command's competitive system among individual recruits and divisions promotes teamwork, attention to detail, and pride in accomplishment. Divisions performing above standards throughout their training are awarded recognition flags in the following mission areas: academic achievement, military drill, compartment readiness, and physical fitness. These flags are carried as a visible symbol of the division's success. Each flag indicates that your sailors, individually and as teams, met performance standards in one or more mission areas.
Parade! Rest!
Admiral Moran will present this week's individual awards, and he will be joined on the drill deck by our commanding officer, Captain Garrick, Commander, Naval Service Training Command, Rear Admiral Bernacki, and our guest of honor, Captain Dennis. For achieving the highest overall academic score during recruit training, constructionman Christopher Black, Division 308 from Woodbridge, New Jersey, has earned the Academic Excellence Award, which is sponsored by the Lake Defiance chapter of the Illinois Society of the Sons of the American Revolution. Constructionman Black receives a letter of commendation from the commanding officer. Well done, sailor. for having displayed extraordinary qualities best expressing the American spirit of honor, initiative, and loyalty. Seaman Felicia Ward, Division 309 from Bronx, New York, is awarded the Navy League Award, which is sponsored by the Navy League of the United States. Seaman Ward is presented with a commemorative plaque and a letter of commendation from the commanding officer. Well done, sailor! Fireman Kyle Thomas Gaeta, Division 306 from Aliso Viejo, California, is the winner of the United Service Organization Award for best exemplifying the spirit and intent of the word shipmate. Fireman Gaeta is given a commemorative plaque from the United Service Organization. Well done, sailor! Airman Jamie Baruth, Division 947 from St. Petersburg, Florida, is the recipient of the Military Order of the World Wars Award of Merit. This award is presented for meritorious performance during recruit training. Airman Baruth is presented with a commemorative plaque from the Military Order of the World Wars. Well done, sailor! The Military Officers Association Leadership Award is presented to Seaman Selena Sanchez Gomez, Division 309 from Brentwood, New York, for demonstrating exceptional tenacity and professionalism. Seaman Sanchez Gomez is awarded a letter of commendation from our commanding officer. Well done, sailor! Fireman Brendan Moore, Division 310 from Smyrna, Tennessee, is the recipient of the Navy Club of the United States of America Military Excellence Award for best exemplifying the qualities of enthusiasm, devotion to duty, military bearing, and teamwork. This award places him at the pinnacle of today's newest sailors. He is awarded a flag letter of commendation. Fireman Moore, the staff of Recruit Training Command, salutes you as the finest of this group of graduates. Well done, sailor!
Divisions, attention!
It is appropriate to recognize such outstanding individual accomplishments by these sailors with a round of 3 cheers. The adjutant will lead all graduating divisions in 3 cheers for this morning's award winners.
Hip, hip! Hip, hip! Hip, hip!
I have the distinct pleasure this morning of introducing our reviewing officer, Admiral Bill Moran, Vice Chief of Naval Operations. A native of New York, Admiral Moran graduated in 1981 with a Bachelor of Science from the U.S. Naval Academy. In 2006, he earned a master's degree from the National War College. As a flag officer, Admiral Moran has served as Commander, Patrol and Reconnaissance Group, Director, Air Warfare on the staff of the Chief of Naval Operations, and most recently as the 57th Chief of Naval Personnel. His operational tours have spanned both coasts and include command of both Patrol Squadron 46 as well as Patrol and Reconnaissance Wing 2. He served as an instructor pilot in 2 tours with Patrol Squadron 30 and on the staff of Commander Carrier Group 6 aboard USS Forrestal. Ashore, Admiral Moran has served as Executive Assistant to the Chief of Naval Operations, as well as Executive Assistant to Commander U.S. Pacific Command, Deputy Director, Navy Staff, and Assistant Washington Placement Officer and Assistant Flag Officer Detailer in the Bureau of Naval Personnel. He assumed duties as the Navy's 39th Vice Chief of Naval Operations on 31 May 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a warm Recruit Training Command welcome to Admiral Bill Moran.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, sailors. See that? They're still asleep from this long week getting ready for their parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles to show up. So if I say hoo-yah, do I get a response? Hoo-yah, sailors? Okay, Mom and Dad, that's what you need to do when you see them later on today if you want to get a response out of them, okay? Well, what a treat, what a privilege it is to be here in the quarterdeck of the Navy, where every young man and woman who decides to raise their right hand, swear allegiance to our Constitution, and serve in our Navy has to step through. It is a moment that you will never forget. That first day, getting off the bus, lining up for haircuts, uniform, sneakers. And now here you are 9 weeks later, looking really good, really good. Very, very proud of each and every one of you, but I want to spend a minute here talking about everybody that you're looking at right now. All the folks in civilian clothes and uniform facing you in the bleachers. To the men and women who stood just a little bit ago as recognition of their service as veterans. You too swore an allegiance to an oath a long time ago. Many of you swore it several times during the course of your careers in re-enlistment and promotion opportunities. You swore an allegiance to a piece of paper, to an idea, not to a king, not to a despot, but the Constitution. And today, your sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, grandsons, granddaughters, friends, they're swearing allegiance to that very same oath. They are going to honor you today by living up to your legacy of service. And so I want to join the young men and women who are standing ranks today, and I hope you'll join me, sailors, in giving a round of applause to your moms, dads, grandmothers, grandfathers, nieces, or aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, that all came here to see you join them in a service of their country. How about a round of applause for them, please? Now I would like all the moms, dads, aunts, uncles, grandfathers, grandmothers who didn't stand earlier, who were not recognized as veterans. Would you all please stand, who've never served in our country's service? Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to borrow your sons and daughters for just a short period of time, or perhaps like the old man standing up here in the mic has done for 36 years. Thank you for allowing them to serve their country. You raised them, you gave them their spirit, you gave them their guideposts, you were their guideposts, you gave them their morals, you gave them their courage. And now you're going to let them go. You're going to let them be part of the Navy family. You're going to be part of our family. You are a part of our family from here on out, every bit as much as your sons and daughters are part of our family. So a round of applause to all of you for allowing us to have them. Thank you. All right, finally, because this is a long ceremony and you're all standing at attention and there's probably a good all-American burger or steak or pizza waiting for you when this is all done. And we want you to have that in the worst way. There's a very, very good chance that a year or so down the road, when your mom or dad or your spouse or sister or brother says, man, that was a great ceremony. You remember that guy who spoke? And you're going to go, no. Do you have any idea what he said? And you're going to go, no. So I only want you to remember one thing when you walk out of here, and that is how proud we are of you. So we want you to leave this place thinking about joining our fleet in upholding the values of honor, courage, and commitment which you so proudly exuded today. We want you to come to our side, to the fleet, to join us, to join the very best Navy that has ever existed on this planet. Uphold those values, make us better because of the training you got here. And don't forget to thank your recruit division commanders who got you here. And don't forget that you can't survive, you can't be good in the United States Navy alone. It's a team sport. We win as a team. We survive as a team. And we will excel as a team. Godspeed, good luck, and congratulations to every single one of you. Thank you.
Drummers, post!
Admiral Moran will now receive the salute of the graduating divisions, and he will be joined on the drill deck by our commanding officer, Captain Garrick. Please remain seated until your graduates have been placed on liberty. Please join me in one more round of appreciation for our wonderful musicians of Navy Band Great Lakes. Flags. Post. Section leaders, fall out and retrieve outer garments. Midway Ceremonial Drill Hall will be closing at the conclusion of today's graduation. Please check the area around you to ensure you have all your possessions. For those families with strollers, please retrieve them as you exit the drill hall. Thanks again to each and every one of you for joining us on this most memorable of Navy Days. And without further delay, now hear this, Liberty Call, fall out.